Amara back with another video. Back. Yes, Eldad has returned. Listen, I've been doing quite a lot of videos lately on AI and robots, yeah, and how they're slowly starting to take over people's jobs. Check this out, man. You know, sometimes you get a feeling about something. I can't explain it. You just get a feeling about something that it doesn't quite feel right. The other day, I got onto my telephone and I phoned up an insurance company, yeah, a car insurance company, and I had all these different automated services on the phone, right? So I'm pressing all these different buttons, yeah, and eventually I got through to someone. I'm talking to this person. I'm thinking to myself, something don't seem right. There's a lot of pauses, yeah. This person's voice, the dynamics of their voice, it went up and down like a normal person's voice would, you know, and it did carry emotions, and there was pauses between the sentences, yeah, and the yes sir, and all of that sort of thing. But there's something, and I just couldn't put my finger on it, yeah, what it was about this person I was speaking to. It didn't seem right. Right, it didn't seem like it was a human being that I was speaking to on the other end, yeah? I think this woman's name was something like Sharon or something like that, right? Anyway, I started thinking to myself, wait a minute, there's something not right. There's something don't feel right here, yeah? Anyway, the Sharon went away, a couple of minutes, come back, and continue with the conversation. Now, I didn't hear no breaths, yeah? When somebody's talking, you could usually hear breaths and breathing. And the voice, I don't know, it kind of seemed like it was on the same level. It's really hard to explain, but it seemed like the voice was all kind of on the same level. You had the pauses in there, yeah? You had the ums and the ahs in there, but there was something that just didn't sound right. Something felt a little bit soulless about this voice. Anyway, when I got off the computer, I decided to go do some research. And I went into Google and I found this thing, and it's called Google Complex. Go and have a look at this thing. It's called Google Complex. I made another telephone call, again, a few days ago, yeah? A few days after I had that conversation with this woman on the phone about insurance. A couple of days after that, I phoned this other company, right? It's in America, right? It's one of these media sites, music media sites. There's something wrong with my account, so I decided to phone this site. I'm not going to say the name of the company, yeah? But anyway, again, I had to go through all this automation and choose like a particular thing, whether it's about distribution, yeah, music distribution, or whether it was something wrong with my platform in terms of the site not working properly. Anyway, eventually I got through to speaking to someone, and again, this was a woman, and this woman, I don't know, something about the voice, and I'm just listening and I'm thinking to myself, well, there's something about this voice, it doesn't sound right, yeah? It doesn't sound like a normal person that I'm speaking to, like a human being. I'm thinking, you know, is this some kind of AI that I'm speaking to, or some, I don't know, robot or something? Anyway, eventually, I got off the phone and I was just thought to myself, boy, something, I don't know, man, something unusual is going on. It's not human beings that I'm talking to on the telephone, it's like AI or like robots. Anyway, again, I went back into YouTube and I'm watching some videos on this Google Complex. Again, I go back into YouTube and I'm watching some videos, right, about AI. And guess what? they're starting to bring out AIs into certain companies, right? You think you're speaking to a human being, and you're speaking to a robot. The robot's listening to what you're saying and responding, right? And giving options and suggestions, right? This is a voice, some kind of voice automation, man. Yeah? It listens to everything that you're saying to it and responding, yeah? And giving back answers. You think you're speaking to a human being, but there's something about the technology. It's not quite right. You know it's not a human being that you're speaking to. Call me mad. Get onto YouTube and look up Google Complex. I think that's what it's called. Google Complex or Compex, yeah? And read up on, look at AI and what they're doing, man. These robots. It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. And you know what? You see some of these letters as well that you get from your banks or from, it might be your local council. These are letters that have been written by computer. No human being, right? No human being has sent these letters out to you. They haven't written letters or typed letters out and sent it to you. It's done through flipping computers. Yeah? It's done through computers. People are losing their jobs every day. Listen, technology is good, but I'm telling you this now. If people start losing their jobs, which they are to computers, then what are human beings supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? As I say, some of this technology, some of it is really, really good. But in another breath, alright, it's bad. And it all depends on the person who has control of these robots. It's all about those people who have control of the robots and what their intentions are. I've seen some really good AI technology. As I said, there are some positive things about AI. Yeah? Such as if somebody was to crash into your car and you've got a webcam, you can record that information and send that information off to your insurance company. Also, another good thing about AI is that if, say, you lost a limb or something like that, yeah, you can get prosthetic limbs, yeah, made. There's other good things about AI, such as there's a blind woman I saw on a video, right, and she had cameras installed beyond the back of her eyes, so she was able to then see again, yeah. So there are good things about AI. Positive sides of AI, yeah. You got the good sides of AI also, such as now they're able to grow artificial ears, artificial skin, artificial limbs, yeah, even artificial blood. That's all good, because that will help people. Say, for example, if you've got some kind of blood cancer, for example, they may be able to get some kind of say if they've got blood cancer, for example, they may be able to get some kind of blood transfusion, yeah, and put new blood into them. Okay, so as I say, the scientists and the doctors are working on things like making ears, making eyes, making fingers, and all the rest of it. They now have robots that can perform surgery, remote surgery. So you could be living in one country like Australia, right, and you need to have, say for example, cancer cut out of your body, and you could be living in England. Listen, they could have robots that are in Australia cutting out the cancer in your body. Also, you might have had a blood clot in your brain. They have robots now that can perform surgery like this, yeah, to remove the blood clots. So there is good technology and there's bad technology. It's all dependent on the person who's using the technology and what is in their minds, yeah, what their true intentions are. I'm going to leave a link to a video I'd like you all to watch, yeah, on AI technology, and how I was talking about how now you can have a conversation with a robot, and you might not realize that you're having this conversation with an actual robot. Right? Let me check this title. The title is Google's AI assistant can now make real phone calls. I'll say that again. The title is AI assistant can now make real phone calls. But I'll leave a link on the bottom of the page, yeah, so you can go and watch this video. It's just amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. The tech is out here. But there's also some negative things about AI. For bad, for example, right, government can listen in now on people's personal conversations that they're having over this telephone, right, on their mobile phones, or if they're sending emails to people. This is how some of these advertising companies as well are able to advertise and send you leaflets about maybe holidays or about clothes and all that sort of thing, right? This is quite intrusive. It is quite intrusive. And you don't know what else they're doing with this information also, right? They know your taste, they know where you go on holiday, right? Your friends and all the rest of it. Another thing as well, surveillance. You got these cameras everywhere. Yeah, CCTV cameras everywhere, watching your every move. And some have facial recognition on them. Now, in China, for example, they got a social credit system, and they're using facial recognition cameras, CCTV cameras, in order to scan people's faces. And they can scan people from behind. What are they using this technology for? They're awarding people credit points for good behavior. And a third thing, right? There's a whole list of things, right? But a third thing, have you watched a film called Universal Soldiers? Well, with Universal Soldiers, right? This is a film with Claude Van Damme, made about 25 years ago. Now in America, in places like China, yeah, they're trying to make universal soldiers who are extra strong. They've got super strength. Soldiers, when they get shot, the bullet wounds will close up almost immediately. They're working on this kind of technology, yeah, giving soldiers the ability to be able to see in the dark. Now, being a soldier, being a universal soldier isn't a bad thing, but how do you know that some of these corporations and companies might not start buying universal soldiers and do some of the jobs that Hitler used to do? Exterminating certain groups of people. Just like you got a gun, you can use a gun for good or bad, right? These people, if they had a gun, they would use it for negative, yeah, for bad. And it's the same thing with AI technology. Anyway, this is Eldad Amara, over and out. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.
To mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. I forgot to mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. I forgot to mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. I forgot to mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. You practice devil, I soon you with a pebble. Turn up the I-5 treble, exercise the devil. Watch these beats affect your cerebral. Serious, some say you're terrible. I'd rather listen to something more memorable. MCs claim they're a rebel. Settle, you'll find my beat cleansing with devil. I cross over with dog metal. I came to raise you, but some of you ain't got no clue. You follow rappers who follow voodoo, lyrics like doo-doo. Ooh, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you stepped in my curfew. I'm talking love, you talking mercury. I'm a pharaoh, a Buddhist, been on my Suvius, been on my gods like Nubius. You're clueless, you follow mindless rappers and pop stars with small bar. Do you think they care who you are? You're buying their car, come listen to the guitar bar. Mixed by Funk Master Buzz, Funk Master Buzz. Drop that cuz, he's got the straights, I got the fuzz. You take ages to write pages about drugs and gauges. Nothing but wastage. I've been on the stages, been on the spaceships, been on the spaceships. To mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. I forgot to mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. I forgot to mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. I forgot to mention, I'm from another dimension. You're in decline, I'm in ascension. Tremendous boom when I enter the room. Blow up the spotlight balloon from the dark side of the moon. I'm tropical, philosophical, eliminate the impossible. What's left out ever improbable, must be the truth, probable. Come listen to the lyrics narrated, can't be debated, downgraded. Refuse to be integrated, I want you to think, be elevated. To my rhymes, beats gravitated, want you to go out, celebrate it. Immortal. I came down through the portal. I'm in ascension. You wanna laugh at me? Think I'm Dick Dastardly? I'll swarm down you like a jankro, and then I'll drive off in my Blanco.